And here we go. Here we go. For those of you on my YouTube channel, I am also doing this live in my Goddess Tribe on Facebook, which is Love Yourself Goddess with Empowerment Experiences. So come join the tribe. We are going to talk about that void space that so many of us have been feeling for quite some time now, huh? Especially this year. Hello, Goddess Ariel. And I actually learned a new word for it recently myself a couple months ago. It's actually called the liminal space. And that is spelled Liminal. The liminal space, this void space we feel like we're in, right? And what that space is in between the what was and what's next. We all can kind of feel that together, huh? Those of you who are new to my videos and such, new to the tribe here, my name is Rochelle Richard, and I guide you into and through finding your power in every moment. Even I myself have been definitely feeling that, that void space very much. That is why I have been so intermittent, so inconsistent, so distant to a certain degree, especially from Facebook. Facebook got excruciatingly heavy and dense for me to navigate earlier this year. And that is one of the most important things when it comes to self-love, is to look at something and go, wow, that is actually not serving me in a positive manner right now. So let me take a step back. All right. Let me contemplate if I'm going to let it go, whatever that is. I'm not talking specifically Facebook in general. I'm just talking in general, whatever it is in your journey that begins to feel heavy, cumbersome, like a burden. You've really got to look at that and ask yourself, is this serving me? Is this something that that brings joy to my life, that creates an outcome I desire? Because again, when we come back into that which is, come back into understanding that which is the void or the liminal space, it's recognizing the what was that is no longer aligned with us, and of course is not aligned with what's next. What are you creating, goddesses? What are you creating for yourself? Huh? Right now, let me tell you all, we are in rapid manifestation time. It's pretty exciting, actually. Even when some negative shit goes down, it's like, it's like a Homer moment. Like, yeah, that's about right. I see that. I was thinking that. In fact, I'm going to share with you all a story. And you can actually see the first video of my whole coming out, so to speak, of my transformation journey. And sharing that. Empowerment Experiences is going through a rebrand. I myself am going through a major transformation and up level in my own space here. And that is it's a major component to this rebrand, which involves sort of a newly being developed wardrobe, so to speak. Some very, very special goddess wear, I call it, from India. It actually, I didn't even know when I found, okay, so let me start from the beginning. First and foremost, the what was. As long as you continue to hold on to what does not serve you, you will experience suffering. Because you are not allowing yourself to let go of what is just taking up space so you can receive, so you can create space and receive what you want, what you are asking for. If you don't have space in your experience here, then you are literally telling the universe, I don't want that. I'm not willing to make the changes necessary to create the outcome I desire. And I have been that. I have been holding my own self back. And those of you in my goddess tribe, you know how I own my shit. Those of you who've been with me for the 2 years, more than 2 years now that this tribe has been around, you know I tell you all my shit, right? Those on my YouTube channel, you're learning that I tell a bit more as well. There's going to be more and more that's going to be kind of closed off in terms of my own personal journey. I'm going to share more, probably more in the goddess tribe, a little more, not private, but yeah, kind of a sort of private setting. Nothing's private on Facebook. That said, so I was keeping myself from stepping into my next level, stepping further into my own personal power. I was keeping my own self small, saying, oh my God, you can't do that. Why would you do that? That's just too crazy, even for you, Rochelle. And those of you who know my story know that I do crazy. I love crazy, right? But it hurt. It hurt. To continue to hold on to the illusion that I thought I was. Until finally, I said, you know, what do I really want? What would truly make me happy? I mean, let me rephrase that. Not make me happy, but amplify my own conjured happiness within myself, because you have to create the happiness and the excitement for what you desire before you get it. You have to set your point of attraction. So this is what happens though when we're in this middle space, this void space, is you are realizing that what was is not what you desire. It is the kind of thing where you go to your job in the morning and all you think is, oh, I hate my job so much. I just don't want to be here. I can't stand this anymore. I don't like that person, whatever. I don't like my boss. I just don't like what I do. Or you have habits that are not in alignment with the version of yourself that you desire to be in this experience as well. Anything, I repeat, anything that does not truly align with you must be shed. And it will make itself known through our own self-induced state of suffering, because we refuse to let go of what was and allow ourselves to receive what's next. So oftentimes we get stuck in that gap, that void space, all right? And in that void space, it's necessary, because in that void space, it is like the cocoon, literally. Just as right now, humanity is going through its own. Humanity itself is in this liminal space, is in the cocoon right now. 3D was the caterpillar, right? And what was, you were a caterpillar. Humanity was a caterpillar. We're shifting to 5D. 5D is the butterfly. We all know what's in between the caterpillar and the butterfly. The cocoon of transformation. The icky, oh my goodness, not that I've ever opened a cocoon and seen what it is, but in my own mind, I have this vision of just ickiness, just ooey gooey, like you don't want to see the inside of a cocoon kind of a thing, right? Oh, that's what comes to mind. The gremlins, when they have the eggs, and they turn into the evil ones, right? The eggs, that's what I envision. That cocoon is that icky, excruciating, painful, space where you have absolutely zero control, other than how you choose to view the experience that you're having, other than how you choose to feel about the experience that you're having. You really are, you have a choice, but if you fight it, it's only going to hurt worse. Trust me. I learned that. But if you really begin to focus on where your power is, which is inside you, and you begin to truly surrender to the unfolding of this incredible journey here, magic happens. You start to begin to get excited about your journey. You start to begin to get excited about what you're creating, no matter how wild and out there it is. So when I created empowerment experiences, I mean, I had the vision of what my mission was empowering women into and through finding their power. As a woman herself who knows what it is to live so much of her life believing she was unworthy, undeserving, a mistake, that when I was being pimped out and I was addicted to coke of all things, that I deserved all the horrible things that were happening to me. I actually used to believe that I deserved those things. Well, a goddess does not believe that, okay? And I just looked up and it was 11:11 recording, because I'm recording the video to put up on YouTube on a different device. I am a completely different person than what I was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, because it was in my 20s when it was really, really dark. And then I had the bipolar misdiagnosis and pumped full of drugs, turned into a zombie. Just constantly giving away my power, constantly feeling like I had no power because I was constantly giving away my power. So I know this space of what it is to feel like you have none, and then learn how to find that you have all the power inside you, and you always have. It's just a matter of you allowing yourself to see that. You allowing yourself to be, and of course, become into that being who you've come to be. You get to choose. And the only one who ever keeps you from your true happiness, your true joy, is you. So when you look at what was, and you know that that is not bringing you joy, yet you're trying to hold on to it, but at the same time, you know that you want joy in your life, you desire these certain experiences for yourself, you want to feel good, that's what's next. But you've got to be the one that's allowing this transformation in that void space in between what was and what's next. You are that catalyst. You've got to be the one to be taking the inspired action, to be holding that space for yourself, to be doing that shadow work, to be doing that mindset work, to really, truly be reconnecting and rediscovering you. So you can then be all you've come to be in this world. And so that's where I've been, is reevaluating for myself at a deeper level, looking at parts of myself that I was even hiding from myself, because, we like to do that. Yeah, we like to do that. Yeah. And then it just keeps hurting and hurting and hurting. We are the only ones who truly cause the suffering that we experience, because we continue to live in what was instead of being here. And I know it can be challenging to be in the present when you are feeling as though you don't know which end is up, you don't know what is going on. And I just want to say to those in the Goddess Tribe, if you are commenting, I know this happens sometimes, it's I'm not getting any comments or anything. So if you come on, say hi, let me know, and what have you. All right. So now back to my little story about my own transformation, my own cocoon space, my own empowerment experiences, as I've said, I believe, is going through a rebrand. Now, things are going to remain the same, while a lot of things are going to be changed. The biggest thing that will always remain, because it's my earth mission, it's my sole purpose. It's always going to be to guide you into and through finding your power in every moment, because that's what I fucking know. That's what I know. I mean, my pimp used to tell me that I needed to answer the phone whenever he called. That's why you have a phone. Yet Who paid the bill? Who bought the phone? Me. But let me tell you, I didn't sleep very much. I was constantly on edge, constantly shot nerves. I hardly ever slept. So I know that space. Now it's like, and let me tell y'all, after this is done, I'm doing my nightly routine, and I'm like curling up in my Betty bye. Thank you very much. It's cold. I just want to be curled up in my bed. But I had to come on tonight, and I know it's been, hello, Goddess Therese. I know it's been, again, as I've mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's been my own journey, and I do not set a very good example for all of you. If I force myself out of obligation to just regurgitate or to just say, hey, you got to do this, and be all like, yeah, so you guys, I don't feel very good, but I needed to come on, and I needed to, I needed to tell you. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm here to be here for you. All right. And that said, when Empowerment Experiences was created, it's always been and will always be about guiding goddesses into and through finding their power, finding your power, that true goddess that you are beneath all the layers of the crap that keeps you down, telling you that you're no good, telling you that you cannot become a butterfly, that you need to remain a caterpillar stuck on the ground, that you don't get to fly. Well, that's bullshit. I call it bullshit. Y'all know how I like to do that. Hello, Goddess Laura. Miss you, boo. Miss you. Right? So you are that catalyst. And as I have been taking, because it really truly has been where I couldn't fully compose my thoughts regularly. I really truly felt discombobulated. I even made a YouTube video I think a week or two ago that I called it my favorite D word, just because it's one of those big fun words I love. Laura, you're a teacher. You know how some of us like words. Goddess Leanne, yes, right? That void space. It's because when you're in this void space, you can look at it as going, oh my God, this is excruciating. Oh my God, I'm dying. Oh my God, it's the end of the world, like Chicken Little. That's what I feel like. If there were a children's book that were a theme for this year, it's Chicken Little. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. No, it's not. No, it's not. Just like a phoenix can only rise from the ashes, you too can only become a butterfly by going through the cocoon. But if you continue to believe the same crap that a caterpillar has to believe to be a caterpillar, instead of learning what it is that a butterfly believes to be a butterfly, because a butterfly has to believe something completely different than a caterpillar in order to fly. A caterpillar doesn't fly. And you, dear sweet goddesses, you are here to fly. You are here to shine your light in this world as only you can. So in this necessary void space, this liminal space, again, liminal spelled Liminal, which again means the space in between what was and what's next. You get to create what's next for yourself. That's why you're here. You're here to be creating your experience. And guess what? You are doing so subconsciously, and woo! And that's where we come. I love when I get brought right back around where I need to be. So to share with you the most succinct, one of the most succinct experiences recently, very recently, that mirrored very much the rapid manifestation, the thoughts become things, is I ordered, as I began to mention, I ordered my Indian goddess wear that I've wanted for a couple years now. And like I've looked at, whenever, especially, we women, we like to often look at and admire pretty dresses and pretty adornments and things like that, right? Well, first of all, I remember when I Googled, okay, I'm changing that because Google is not a good company. I remember when I searched, good old days, right? When I searched on the internet, Indian women's clothing or something like that, some generic search. And up popped, obviously, a website. And I was like, okay, clicked on it because I didn't know. And goodness, which you guys in the Goddess Tribe, so those of you on YouTube, you need to come join my Goddess Tribe on Facebook. You'll get to see some of the pictures first. I have recently posted a little sneak peek of the outfit that hooked me on their website to purchase from them because OMG, it was pink and green and actually gold. So gold is going to be one of my new brand colors. It's still going to be pink and green, but there's a few more colors coming. But I'm looking at this. It's called a salwar kameez, which is a pantsuit, a business attire. And oh my God, I was practically drooling. I was like, oh my God, that is so me. I love that so much. Oh my God. When I would visualize myself, and this is important, goddesses, when you do your visualization practices, it's the most exciting thing for both your inner child, your little girl self, and your adult self to be cohesive in that vision. So I would visualize myself in my Indian wear, and my little girl self felt like such a princess. And my big girl self, boom, automatically shifted into, oh my God, I feel like a goddess in this. Wow. And I do. So this was the thing though. I ordered the salwar kameez, and it's custom because a goddess gets her shit custom stitched. Okay. And yes, a goddess uses sentence enhancers because that's just this goddess's fucking personality. Okay. Everything is custom stitched. So I had to have my wonderful, awesome, amazing neighbor Brandis come over, and she took all my measurements for me. I can't say never. In all my adult life, I've never had anything custom stitched. My mother had made like an Easter dress for me because I was raised Catholic. She had made an Easter dress for me. I remember it vaguely. It was obviously white with like, I think pastel pink or something on it. So, but since then, I haven't had, believe you me, I was looking at this website and I'm looking at what they're saying, and it's saying unstitched. And I sat there for a moment going, am I going to need a sewing machine? I don't know how to use a sewing machine. I mean, I can hand stitch some things. I can look at something and go, oh, I need to make that. In fact, I will show you all. I'll post a picture in my Goddess Tribe of the ottoman cover that I made, which ended up not being the right shade of green for what I wanted, but it still looks good. And I can look at something and create something that way, but I can't read a pattern. I don't know how to use a sewing machine. That didn't work so well between my mother and I. Again, those of you who know me know there's not much of a very good relationship between my mother. So you can imagine her trying to teach me how to use a sewing machine. That didn't work so well. So I don't know how to use one. So I'm reading it might as well have been in Hindi. Okay, seriously. And there's like 28 dialects in India. It might as well have been in Hindi. So I'm reading this going, I did what? And I scrolled down and boom, there was a toll-free phone number for the US. And I was like, okay, so I called, and a very thick Indian accent gentleman answered. So I asked him, what exactly, how does this work? It was exactly the case. I get my measurements and they custom stitch it for me, and then I get it ready to wear because, again, I'm like, I don't get this ready to wear. I need it ready to wear. I don't own a sewing machine and I do not stitch. I do not sew. Like, I can, again, hand stitch some cool shit, but not, yeah. All right. When I hung up with him, I thought to myself, where are these guys? Because I had caught the WhatsApp number that they had. And you all, those of you who know my RV in India, I know the Indian code for the country code is a 91. That is their prefix for their country code. And so I was like, I wonder if they have a location here in the States that they work out of, or, what's up? What's the deal? I scrolled all the way to the bottom of the page. Like I only had to go down almost to the bottom to have the toll-free phone number for the US. Once I saw that, boom, I'm like picking up my phone and I'm calling him. And when I scrolled to the very bottom of the page, goddesses, I about fell out of my chair because you all know how I am about signs and synchronicities. This company is out of all places, Jaipur, India, which is the home of my twin flame. And the place where he had said is the best shopping, because I was so disappointed when we had gone back to the market during my trip almost 2 years ago. And the market we discovered was only open for, it was only, I think, that Wednesday night when we had gone. So I wasn't able to get any of my Indian clothes. All right, so here's what I'm getting at, though, in terms of you creating your world and needing to be on top of your shit. So Rochelle, as I mentioned, remember, I had not gotten custom stitched things before. And so instantly, sabotage kicks in. Oh my God, it's coming from Jaipur. What if they don't fit? And of course, if they're made too small, they can't do much in alterations. I'm like, oh my God. And then, what if the color isn't right? What if it's not showing me the proper color? Goddesses. I will drop the YouTube video in the Goddess Tribe so you can see the unboxing, because I unboxed it on video. My actual package from Jaipur, India, which is exciting in the middle of a pandemic right now, right? So exciting! To have that come from literally the other side of the world. Like it was within miles of my twin flame. Well, I opened it, and my salwar kameez, first of all, the green was definitely off. It was not and you can't quite tell the green very well in the dark, but it's like this apple green. This chartreuse is more my shade of green, this chartreuse. And, it wasn't. And I was like, okay, it's okay. So boom, remember, that was one of my sabotages, is that not the right color. Second, so I had ordered four saris. That's what they're called, saris, S-A-R-E-E. And they are the halter with the wrap and the drape over. Oh, there was some beautiful ones. One of them I had to pick a different one because by the time they processed my order, they were out of stock. So they only sent the 3 of my original order. And then I'm still waiting on the 4th one right now. I'm not sure what's holding that up. So I didn't have time to try it on that afternoon. So I tried it on the next day. Yeah, they were tight. They were snug. And that was another thing that definitely triggered for myself, was that there was a second one of the saris that was not the color green portrayed in the picture. And so, I was upset that they were too tight. They again, the 2 of the 4 of the colors weren't right. And when I tried on the just two of the sari tops, I didn't try on I just had dinner a moment ago. Didn't try on the 3rd sari top. I was like, forget it. I mean, I have to peel them off of my body, okay? I didn't even try on the salwar kameez, because I assumed that since those 2 didn't fit, I didn't want to try on the other 2. Plus, it wasn't the right color. So boom, instantly I'm like, forget it. So where I was I was resisting. I was sabotaging myself. I wasn't even allowing myself to try on the outfit that I really had wanted because the green was off. So I didn't even try it on. As far as my mind was telling me, it was all a bust. All this whole transformation wasn't going to work. And I'm crazy. I'm not supposed to do this. Who am I to be wearing those? No matter how pretty or how princess or goddess-like I feel in them, who am I to wear those? So I didn't try it on. I processed through some frustration from the entire thing because guess what? Remember, I kept thinking, what if they don't fit? What if the color's not right? What if they don't fit? Oh God, what if they're too tight? They can't be too tight. Oh God, don't let them be too tight. Oh, please the colors. What if it's not the right green in that salwar kameez? Sure enough, like I said. Well, the next day I had calmed down a bit more. And I was like, well, let me at least try it on. Oh. Goddesses, I feel so wonderful in my salwar kameez. I feel amazing. Amazing. And it's a part of what things I have that I am creating that are in the works as we speak behind the scenes right now in my life, in the business here. You've got to be the one to allow yourself to receive. You've got to be the one to check yourself from pushing away what you desire, what's coming next. This is why this void space, believe me, gets so fucking excruciating. Because you are resisting what you want. Had to pause because it was important to note that. When you have beliefs that contradict what you desire, you will perpetually push away what you desire. Believe me, I see it from my twin flame relationship to the business, to abundance, to whatever it is. If your beliefs do not align yourself with what you desire, then you are energetically pushing it away. In addition to, your subconscious is going to be controlling your actions, which means you are going to say and do things that are going to sabotage you from receiving what's next. Just as I assumed that, oh geez, if the saris don't fit and they're like short sleeve, again, halters. A salwar kameez, remember, is a pantsuit. So it was pants. It was really long. In fact, I will post a picture. The company, in fact, I shared it in my story when I did like a quick little mini shoot for myself. I took my tripod out back in the sun and I just took a few selfie pictures with that. So I will share that. And they ended up, I tagged them, of course, in my story, and they shared my story in their story for that. And that was pretty exciting. But that said, goddesses, this year is really, truly a huge lesson for all of us to surrender and allow ourselves to receive what we desire. To stop holding on to old beliefs, old stories, old ways of being. Humanity itself is going and growing through, it's evolving right now. We are in an evolutionary jump, so to speak, from 3 to 5D, from caterpillar to butterfly. That is in essence what they do. They evolve from a caterpillar into a butterfly. And you are here to do the same. You are here to shed your old way, your old form, and transform into who you truly are. Okay? And fly free in this world. So you will come to see, like I said, more and more pieces of what's coming. I actually have my own coach I've been working with. That was the other thing, is I've been working with my own new branding and marketing. It's actually a duo, but in particular, she's the coach. He's more of the techie side of the marketing things. A lot of men are. And that was a huge thing. So this is why the power of having a coach, having a mentor, having a guide that you work with is really, truly going to assist with the facilitation of your transformation. You want to become that butterfly, but you're feeling stuck in this void space, still holding on to 3D and scared shitless to allow yourself to fly. You got to have that support from someone who knows, who sees your wings before you do. And I got you in that. So let's talk about what you can do, right? Okay, Rochelle, so great story and all, blah, 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 but what the fuck? What do I do? What do I do? Because I can't take it. I don't know what to do. I'm free falling. I feel like I'm in an abyss. Like I don't know what's up. I don't know what's left, what's right, what's dark, what's light. I don't know. This is why you're in the group. This is why you are in my audience as a self-love empowerment coach. Self-love, goddesses. Self-care, which is a facet of self-love. This is, again, that time where you've really got to be focusing on you, because you are the one in your own cocoon. You are the one that is creating what is coming next. You are the one that is creating what is to be your past that you shall remember. And if you are constantly reliving what was, then guess what? That continues to be the memory of the experience that you create for yourself. So if you want something different, you've got to focus on butterfly thoughts, not caterpillar thoughts. So as you are in your cocoon, this transformation, this void, this liminal space, things such as grounding, because coming into this present moment, you all have heard me say that you can only ever find and connect with your power right here and now in this moment. You can only ever connect with it right now in this moment. So you've got to be the one to be coming into this present moment and recognizing that I choose what I'm creating for myself. I choose what I'm experiencing for myself. So grounding supports you in that endeavor. Go out. Put your feet, I best not. In the desert, you can still go put some feet in some grass, because we still got some grass around here. I know it snowed in a few places across the country. So you ground yourself indoors. Such things as essential oils. Even soaking in the tub with some Epsom salts. Oh, with maybe some Skin So Soft from Avon. I know a gal. There's something so cool about having Skin So Soft in the tub water, and you just rub your maximum size, record video shit. Okay. My phone has a limit on video size. Cedar wood. I'm going to show you guys. Here, cedar wood. I'm going to show on this camera here. Maybe. It is, of course, it's all selfie view, so it's backwards, but it's one of my favorite oils. I always have about 3 bottles open, and I take it and I even put it behind my ears. It's just an intuitive thing that I've done that for. There's just something about putting it behind my ears. And sometimes I'll even put it here at my hairline along my spine, at the base of my neck there. Whatever. Oh, I got cedar wood on my paper. Whatever you are led to do for you to ground yourself. And then meditation. Oh, dear goddesses, meditation, and more meditation. And I admit I hadn't been doing much of that this year. I got caught up in all the drama, all the Matrix stuff. Because it's easy to do. It's easy to get distracted by what's out there instead of remaining focused on what's in here. Because you are here to discover and share with the world what's in here. Okay? So in order to truly be getting out of this of who you think you are, the parts of you that keep you playing small, that keep you stuck in what was, you've got to be slowing that momentum of thought. You've got to be empowering yourself to be detaching from those old stories, from what was. And we do that by quieting the mind, and really truly surrendering to the experience here, to the universe. All right. So meditation is vital. And then movement. Energy becomes stagnant when you just sit there. Believe me, I know. As someone who has been working on building a business and such, I know what it is to sit there and go, oh my God, just let me finish this. And before you know it, it's been 6 hours. 6 hours, you feel like crap, and neck's all tight, tension, you start to get a headache, you start to, maybe even migraine symptoms, because I'm familiar with those. I used to get migraines years ago all the time. Even my doggy daughter I used to have, she knew what indoor voice meant. She was so smart, my little Pookie Bear. She knew what indoor voice meant. And she would literally change her bark from a bark to, literally indoor voice. All right. You've got to be tuning into yourself. And when you are being inspired to get up and move, whether it's to just go out, walk to the mailbox, right? Even in the snow, walk to the mailbox and come back. You're going to notice a shift. One of my favorite things to do is dance. Dance. Really, truly move your body. Put on some tunes. Sing like nobody's listening, right? Dance as though nobody is watching. Just be truly, wholly, freely you. All right? And really move that stagnant energy inside of you. Empower yourself to transmute the toxic, heavy, dense energies that are inside you that are just pleading to be released. But you are the catalyst. They don't just magically poof. You're the one that has to do that work for yourself. Because that's what being empowered is all about, is that you say, I choose. You say, I am. Not they told me to be or they told me to. No. You choose. You are the catalyst in your life. No one has power over your health unless you give it to them. No one has power over your thoughts unless you give it to them. No one has power over your state of being unless you give it to them. Believe me. Hello. Like I said, my former drug dealer pimp, oh geez. I lived in a near perpetual state of fear and shame and fear. So much fear. It might feel exhausting, but I assure each and every one of you that it gets better. All right, right now, you're not just feeling your energy, but you are feeling the energy of the collective. Because if you are drawn to me, then you are a sensitive, you are a light worker, you are most likely an empath. So you are not only experiencing your shit, but that of the collectives as well. And that is why it is even so much more vital that you be checking in with you and taking care of you. Truly loving yourself. And that brings me to that last little recommendation, which is just presence practices in general. Practicing being present, because again, you can only find your power in this present moment. Most of you all know, which I already had my cup of tea earlier. I didn't even think to make one right now because, well, I was excited about doing this, is to sit and have a cup of tea. Be present. Or, there are some of us who we have little ones in our world. I have an almost 18-month-old who just adores me as much as I adore her, which is like to infinity and beyond. Like it's the best thing in the world when a young child just squeals when they see you and comes running to you, arms wide open, and it's just the greatest thing in the world. And you are very present for that. So spend time with the innocent souls, the ones who will be and have come to be the future that you are here to be creating right now. But you have to be that change. This is what Gandhi talked about. And I remember for years hearing that and not fully grasping it. Like that depth of understanding. You all have heard me mention the Abraham quote that I love so much is, words don't teach. Only life experience gives understanding. So as we grow through life and we come to learn that we are actually energetic beings, that this physical manifestation of us is not who and what we truly are. These are in essence our avatars that we as soul energetic beings have created for ourselves in order to experience this physical realm. And we have the ego, the contrast of the ego that is there to be our teacher, to show us what we don't want, which in turn we learn from that which we do want. So a cup of tea, spending time with these precious babies that are the true new earth that we are all in the middle of creating right now. Movement is a presence practice. All of these are grounding, meditation. Get out of your head and be here now. And I promise you, even when you're in this void, even in those moments when you feel like you've lost touch and you're so discombobulated, because I love that word, you're still going to know inside you that this is just temporary. It's okay. What do I want to be feeling? What do I want to be experiencing now? Because that's what I do have power over, is how I feel, what I think about, what I give my attention to. Because what you feed is what you grow. Remember, I was thinking, what if the colors aren't right, especially that main outfit? They weren't quite right. What if they don't fit? Oh. I mean, the salwar kameez, it fit perfectly because it was long sleeve, yeah. Be very, very aware of your thoughts, your words, and your energy. Be very aware of that. The power is and always has been in your hands because it's always been inside you. So that said, I'm going to leave you with an affirmation to take with you for during these times when you feel like you're free falling, you feel like you have total loss of control. This will empower you to have more control over yourself, which is, I am where I am, and I am exactly where I am supposed to be. I am where I am, and I am exactly where I am supposed to be. And I tell you this is a factual truth because if you were supposed to be anywhere else other than where you are, you would be. You would be. And it is that simple. So remind yourself of that truth, that I am where I am and I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, because if I were supposed to be anywhere else, I would be. You are a divine being. There are higher forces at work here. Everything is divine. You've just got to allow yourself to see it and see that divinity within yourself. Just as I have been, more and more and more, because that's what a goddess is divine. That's what a soul is, and that's what you are. So that said, take that affirmation, and I challenge you, because remember, what was, what's next? What's next, goddesses? What do you desire? What would you love to be experiencing? What would you love to manifest? I challenge you to take some time to meditate, to do some grounding, to be present, have a cup of tea, put on some meditative music, and journal out what you desire. Do not listen to the caterpillar brain that's going to say to you, well, how is that going to happen? You ain't got no wings. You can't fly. No. You be like, I'm a motherfucking butterfly. Watch me. Okay? So, own who you truly are and share that brilliance with the world. That said, I will see you guys. I'm not sure when. I was just divinely led to do this. Like I said, I'm still in the midst of my own transformation. And integration is where we are now. Integrating that transformation, because it's exciting and scary all at the same time, which is exactly where I know I'm supposed to be going. So that said, everybody, go create amazing. For those of you who are seeking further support and guidance along your self-love empowerment journey, Twin Flame journey, which is a self-love empowerment journey. That's why there are people in my group who've been with me for a while who are like, if you're going to do Twin Flame stuff, then you're cutting me out. No. A Twin Flame journey, trust me, I've learned very well. And how perfect for a self-love empowerment coach to discover she's on a Twin Flame journey too. Because it is a self-love empowerment journey. So I remain a self-love empowerment coach. That does not change. That's who and what I am in terms of the ego label that I utilize for letting the world know what my expertise is. So when you are ready for further support and guidance in your journey, I do offer one-on-one intuitive clarity coaching sessions for either 30 minutes or 75 minutes. And you can book, I have a few spots open. I only have so many spots each month. You can book that at empowermentexperiences.com/ICS for intuitive clarity session. That is empowermentexperiences.com/ICS. And obviously at any time, just please reach out to me. My inbox does have an open heart policy. I am here for you. You have any questions about how things work, what it is to work with me, any of it, please reach out and we'll just go from there. Tomorrow is unknown, but you can bank your knowns by feeding your attention to what you are creating. So what are you going to create, goddesses? I'm here for you, Rochelle Richard with Empowerment Experiences, guiding you into and through finding your power in every moment. I will see you all gorgeous goddesses soon. Go create amazing. Namaste.